Hello. Oh my goodness. I hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I'm just getting all of my stuff sorted out here. So I am super excited to share this set with you. It is so pretty. It's these dies. It's the Peony Garden set. So in the catalog, it's the Peony Garden. It is gorgeous. It has beautiful paper. It has the dies, the stamps, the gems, and the ribbon. I don't have the ribbon. I've got the gems. I've got the doilies are so pretty. It's all so, so pretty. So take a peek at it, but I'm going to show you how simple it is to make these beautiful, beautiful peony flowers. So the die set comes with some leaves, and I'll show you the leaves later. So you can add some really pretty detail to the leaves. It comes with the pieces that you need. These are more leaves. Comes with the 4 pieces in order to make the flowers. This is for a ruffled edge, which you'll see as well. It makes a really pretty ruffled edge. And then it also has the stamps for the designer series paper or for the stamps. So if you have the stamp, you can stamp it and then use the dies, but we'll also work on some of the designer series paper as well. So it's a fabulous set. Look at this beautiful paper. Isn't that gorgeous? So, so pretty. So I'm going to show you one where we're going to color it. So let's get started. So pretty. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. I just love this set. It's gorgeous. So there's a couple of different ways. So this is the same die set, you going from light to dark. I didn't curl the paper and I didn't emboss the paper. So this is what it looks like when it's curled and fancy, and this is just sort of straight up. Both of them I think look lovely, but you know, it's just another dimension if you want to sort of do it up a little bit. These ones as well, I don't know if you can see too well. Let's see if I can lower this a bit. I put glimmer all over them. So what I did was I took some rubbing alcohol, just plain rubbing alcohol, in a couple of drops of the paint. Use my little foam dabber, dab, rub, and just rubbed along the edges and stuff. So you get a pretty beautiful sort of shimmer and shine at all of the high points. So it almost looks like highlighting kind of a thing. I don't know if you can see it better in some of the darker ones, but anyway. They're very sparkly. So I didn't want to use my spray because I didn't want it to have dots. Like I wanted it to be a bit more even, so which is why I used the foam dauber. But let me show you what we're going to do first. So this set uses a couple different gray colors, which is really different for me. I've been using so many of the other beautiful colors. So this one's using smoky slate. So we've got some pink flamingo. Now this is the designer series paper. And what I've been doing is I colored it. So I just took my markers, my blends, and I colored it. So it's another way that you can add to the dimension and the paper, right? If you can just add a bit of color to it, and then it just adds another. You don't have to have all of the stamps or what have you. It's such a beautiful set though. So I just colored it. So I did all of the other ones, but I thought I would leave these ones here to show you. So I just went around, colored it all once with the, this is Flirty Flamingo. So what I did was I coordinated my marker with my paper because I don't have very many pink markers. So whatever pink marker I had, that's what we went with. So doing all of it with a Flirty Flamingo. Lickety split, Barb a trick. And then I'm going back in with the dark Flirty Flamingo. And all I'm doing is that wherever there is a gray to show a shadow, I'm going in with the darker one, and I'm pressing very, very lightly. So it really is just getting the very tip of the marker. So anywhere where there's a bit of gray, I'm sort of just lightly brushing some of the darker flamingo. And then I will go back with some of the light again, just to help blend everything together. So, and that's it, that's all. So it's another, lots of really pretty pieces in this set that you could color. You could do, I've seen some designs where they did the blue, where they did the all sorts of yellows and things like that. So I just stuck with a bit more traditional looking. So then you go in and you just sort of, obviously you would be a little bit more delicate than I am, but I'm just doing sort of like little circular motions just to sort of help blend the darker with the lighter. And if it needs a little bit more, oh, thank you. If it needs a little bit more, then I just go back. If I need it to blend a bit more, then I just go back in. So that's what I did. So I took, like I said, it's got some beautiful paper that you can color. It's got open peonies, closed peonies, and you can color them if you so choose. So let's get that on. I thought about, I've been playing with sunflowers because there's been so many sunflower pictures and all of that stuff, but I wanted to show you all of this because this is the last week for the card buffet. So if you're interested, oh, that's upside down. If you're interested in any of the card buffet, please let me know. So then I had a little piece left over, so I thought I would put that across. And then I had half a doily, and then I've added a little bit of Wink of Stella, because I put Wink of Stella on everything. If you know me, you know that. And yeah. So we're going to add this and add that. And then I had my doily just to add a little something, because I had it. I thought it looked pretty. No other reason. We could even center it. There, how about we do that? Center it on here. And I can't remember where I got the sentiment from, but there. And then we got our bedazzles. So this is part of the peony set, the elegant faceted gems. So pretty. Thanks. So we could do a white, a clear, big one, a little one. It's really very pretty. You could do a bow if you wanted to, but you can do a bow. So there you go. So designer series paper, really simple, color, a couple of pieces of cardstock, and you're good to go. So then I wanted to show you how you actually put the peony together. So this is vellum that I embossed in the Dainty Dies embossing folder. I love that embossing folder. This is just a piece of the cards, the designer series paper. And then this is our flower. So, like I said, you can just put your flower together. So cut it out and put it together. But I have found that if you emboss it and then curl it, you get a much fuller, richer look to the flower. So I'm going to show you. So I've learned that there are little bumps that help to coordinate it on the bottom. So I make sure that I've got it facing the right way for my bumps. There, okay. So then all I do is I take my bone folder, I take the thinner end, and I'm basically just curling it like you would like a Christmas ribbon, right? You're curling your ribbon. And I find because it's been embossed, it tends to roll and curl really nice. Right? See, look how nice it curled. And it's just 4 pieces. It looks really complicated, but I'm telling you it's not at all. It's super easy to put together. So for that one, I've curled this way. Now I'm going to push this part back, and I'm going to curl these 2 little parts forward. And again, because I've embossed the folder, it makes it a lot easier to do that. Because I tried curling it with the paper before embossing it, and it's not as easy. Like the paper is really stiff and rigid, and it really takes a lot to get it to curl. But if you emboss it, it helps to break down the fibers, because the paper is just such darn good quality. It helps to break down the fibers. I do use my nail a little bit too, I won't lie. So I've curled that part back, and now I'm going to grab this little lip here, and I'm going to curl it forward. And so I put my nail between the bone and the paper, and I just sort of run it up. So, and I do that a couple of times and help to curl it forward. So you do the top parts get curled back, and then the little parts get curled forward. So, like I said, I made a whole bunch in different shades, lighter to dark, darker to light. I tried to curl them like this, but it was a lot harder. And then I thought, well, what if I put it through the embossing folder? Because I also did that with vellum. So I took some vellum, colored vellum that I had. So this one is just plain vellum. This one is vellum that's been embossed. So again, they both look lovely, but the curls on this one are much more significant, and I think look a bit more realistic than the curls on this one. So it really is just a preference, a personal preference. So then all you do is you slide in. It's like the nested dolls, I think. So this just slides in. The person that came up with this is brilliant. So it just slides in, and you slide it down until the little bumps on the back match up, right? And then you slide it into the next one, and you match it up so that the bumps on the bottom match up. And then you slide it in the last one. Now, a lot of people will put glue sort of on each of those sections, which I've done. But what I found was when I got to this one, I didn't want to glue necessarily this petal down. I kind of liked that it was sort of up a little bit. So I glued it at the back here, right? And that's what I've got. And then you get a little stamen, and you just sort of glue them and slide them in. And then that's what it is when it's all done, all right? So let's go ahead and add some glue to our sheet. This is Petal Pink. So pretty. And then I have this one, Your Friendship Means the World to Me. And this is from, I believe, the bird, I can't remember, the free bird. Can't remember the name of it. You know what I mean. Anyway. So I think I'll pop this up. And then we'll just add our flower. So like these flowers are so spectacular. Like you really don't need a lot of stuff with them. There we go. And then for this, I'm going to add, I think I'll add some dimensionals. Yeah, you could send me a message if you're interested in the card buffet. Absolutely. They're beautiful, some beautiful flowers. Or you could order your own set and make your own flowers at home, whatever you'd like. There we go. We could add some greenery to it if we wanted to. We could add a bow. I don't know. I think we'll just add some gems. I tend to like sort of the simplicity of some things, so I think I'll just leave it like that. Add a few bedazzled pieces. And I don't know if you can see it on the video, but the flower is like super sparkly, like really, really sparkly. So, all right, last one for tonight, because I have a hot meeting. So for this one, I took some of the designer series paper from the pack of paper called In Good Taste. I love this set. If like, this is amazing. Even if you don't do cards but you do scrapbooking, this is a beautiful pack of paper because it's all about texture. You get different kinds of woods and kind of like a woven. You get tile, different shade of wood, different kind of, like, it looks almost like plaster, another kind of woven look. Like, it's beautiful. So even if you don't make cards, this is a really good pack of paper. So I'm using one of the ones that look like plaster. I just thought it was a really neat texture. So I'm doing a piece of crumb cake that's just slightly smaller than the card, and then this piece is slightly smaller than the crumb cake. And if you really want dimensions, you can send me a message and I'll pull out my ruler, but I just go a little bit smaller, you know, the real technical stuff. There we go. Okay. So I just really liked the texture in this piece. I thought it was really cool. So what I've done is that the peony has 4 pieces, but for this one, I didn't have the big one. Well, I did, but I decided to only do 3 pieces. So it's slightly smaller. And I thought I would use some of the greenery from the Forever Fern and sort of pop that on like that, and this like that, and a bow, and call it a day. Like, how easy peasy is that? And a lot of these flowers you can make up ahead of time. I made a bunch ahead of time. And then just, you know, pull them out when you want to put them on a card. So let's go ahead and glue this stuff down. Because as you know, I tend not to put a lot of sentiments, but it's not to say that you couldn't add something, but the peonies are just so pretty, so pretty. Just absolutely adore them. So pretty. All right, so for this one, I'm going to use dimensionals because it's going to be in front. And then this one, I'm going to use a bit of glue because it's in behind. So let's put this on. So that goes like that. That gets tucked in. Move it down a little bit. There, like that. So I had it like that, and then I was like, okay, well, I could put a sentiment here. I could just add a bow, but I felt like it was missing, and I realized it's the power of 3. You always have to have an uneven number. It was bothering me. I needed a 3rd. So I had this little daisy. It's just from the daisy punch, and really simple. You can make all sorts of different colored daisies. So these ones, I just cut the stems a little bit shorter for that one. So really you could have whatever little daisy flower you wanted there. But I just felt it needed one more, right? 3, gotta have to have your 3. And then of course, I needed a bow to sort of finish it off. And this is part of the Ornate Garden, the nice green bow that you get with that set. Or the green ribbon, sorry, that you get with that set. So there we go. I'll just trim that. There. So those are our 3 cards for tonight. Oh, like a rose. Yeah, I guess it does kind of look like a rose, right? You could use them in whatever color paper too. Like you could do this in a real red if you wanted to, for sure. Sorry, I just had to grab something. So those are our cards for tonight. So again, the card buffet that's pinned at the Facebook page if you're interested in making any of these cards. So here you can see here, this one I didn't emboss, and I tried to curl, but it just isn't the same. I will be embossing. If anyone's ordering this in the card buffet, I will be embossing it so that it'll be easier for you to curl it. So this is the last week for our card buffet. And I wanted to remind everyone on Saturday is the open house. And not only will all of the cards that we've made over the last 2 months be available for sale, but also some of the other pieces that I make that I don't always make online or live, just because they're a bit more fiddly and stuff. But all of those that I make will also be available for sale. And for everyone that comes and makes a purchase, I have their name will go in for a draw for a crate die. So you can use this crate to make crates. So this is the front part of it, but you use 2 pieces and you can put it together and it'll make a crate. So everyone that comes and makes a purchase this Saturday, their name will go in for a draw for this awesome crate die set. So there you go. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I hope it was worth the wait. I think the peonies are just gorgeous. Like I said, there's a stack of them to show you. I've got some really cool different ideas of ways of using them. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Please share the video. Please share about the open house with anyone that you think that might be interested in coming and ordering or purchasing some cards, or interested in ordering some cards or some of the little home decor things. And I look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow evening. So thank you so much and have a great night.